Thank you, Navi. Also, welcome back everyone to Birthdays the Beginning. We are now in episode 2, the era of prodigious life. I think that's a pretty good name for an era, honestly. What will happen, I wonder? Give it a try and find out. We are going to do exactly that. I hope you all enjoyed our first episode, but it is now time to find out a couple of other things. And also, we are going to very rapidly change the land. I need to zoom up my camera because it's a bit too close. There we go. Let's have a fly around. Is there anything else I want to pick up? This? Right, okay. Now, there are a couple of things at these corner points. Thing is, it's easier to see them if we do... How do I go in? It is this. Ha! There you are, you scallywag. Hiding all along. But you'll notice, no one over there. One over there, though. Right up high. The others are in there. It was through much experimentation that I learned this. Never mind, though. We'll eventually... Okay, well, that was freaky. But we'll eventually get them. Now, there is one little creature down here that I would like to say hello to. Hello. Bloop. We have got the Velopicaya. That's a 5-star rarity. Nice. Very nice. A Picaya that swims in both hot and deep seas due to a sudden mutation. It appears where Anomalocaris can be found. Have we got Anomalocaris? I like the sound of that name. It feels nice on my tongue. Right, okay, so river source is the first thing we're going to do. And before anyone asks, yes, I fully intend to create kind of biomes with the building. It's so easy to think small with this game. Because you start off in this tiny little area, and that's good enough for what you're doing. But that isn't good enough anymore as you get larger and larger and larger. You need to think bigger, basically. We are going to have a river source. Sure, we're going to have it up here. Nope, that's the wrong way. I really, really hope at some point this just, either randomly or by design, plays the tune from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That will make me geek so hard. Oh my lord. Right, okay, so we want to place the river source right about here. We've got 5 of them. Also, we've got small rain clouds, mysterious clouds that slightly raises the soil moisture of an area when used, and strong sunlight, mysterious cloud that slightly lowers the soil moisture in an area when used. Deserts and fertile plains and the likes. Gonna be very useful. Oops, that was the wrong thing. Let us use this. Pop. This terrain will be the starting point of a river. Lower neighboring land to connect it to water. By doing this, you can proceed to create a river. If you extend a river, you can obtain even more river sources. That's the mechanic of getting them to pop up in the cube, is by making longer rivers. You see that green land surrounding the river? As the land around a river starts to soak, over time the land will turn green. This rule applies to both seas and rivers. It's one of the most basic rules of the world. So, we'll see that happening all around our little sea area and shallows as well. Now, let's start making a river. Lower the neighbouring ground, just like I told you. But beware that 2 rivers won't connect unless the adjacent land is the same height or lower. Also, if the land adjacent to a river is 0 terrain units, I guess, lowering it will create a sea, not a river. You can always undo things, so feel free to play around. Right, I'm gonna zoom in just a wee bit. Now we've got, this place is being designed with this in mind. So, first and foremost, whomp. Now we've got a river running down there. Whomp. Got a little river in there. Ah, glorious. You're good at this, kid. A natural even. Even if there's a sharp decline by a river, you can lower it to connect the river. If you do it right, you can make a waterfall. That's what I've already done. Also, if you expand the cursor and lower the adjacent terrain, the entirety of the cursor will create a river. It's very convenient for when you're trying to expand a river. If you hold down left bumper and move the terrain, it will become the same height as the terrain at the center of the cursor. Now that is super useful to know. This is very helpful when you want to smooth out lumpy, uneven ground, which we're going to need to do a lot of. As you may notice, I've created rather jagged mountains. You might have noticed that there are certain rules that regulate the birth of life. Though new life can be birthed naturally if you create the right environment, certain conditions must be met in order to create a significant change in the ecosystem. If you run into trouble, it's my job to help you out. Oh yeah, you may have noticed already, but it takes a while for the sea's temperature to change. If you change the temperature by moving the ground in micro mode, the sea's temperature will gradually adjust accordingly. For now, your goal is to birth the sea organism Astraspis. I have no idea. Right, okay. Well, let's continue moving our river around. Ah, look at that, it's gorgeous. Also, this way. I want waterfalls everywhere, damn it. Womp. Okay, that one, not so good. Over here, though, it's going to be great. Look at that. Womp. Womp. We can have it join up over there. In fact, we're going to take... no, actually, you can stay there. And down into the ocean it goes. Oh, look at that beautiful river. It was literally... This whole area was designed with that in mind. Now, though, we're going to take you out here. So, let's sculpt a little bit more land. I'm going to play around with rivers for a bit. And I shall bring you back when I'm ready to continue. Okay, now, to get the next creature that we need, we're going to need a minimum of 276,000 Pikaia in our ecosystem. Currently, their population is tending upwards, which is very, very good, but we can help that along if we would like to by increasing the sort of area of its preferred habitat, which is sea at about 41 degrees. So it's a little bit hot at the moment. Let's consult our library and just see what is maximum temperature. 41 to 51. It's a little bit high, but its adaptation temperature, we could get adaptions within that kind of range, I guess. I think that's what it's explaining. But, alright, well, we're going to need to lower the temperature of the land a wee... the oceans a wee bit, I would say. So, to get that happening, because we've got quite a nice little area back here, I think, first and foremost, let's expand out the sea, because we've clearly got a decent population down here. So I'm going to go for a large brush, and I'm also going to raise the land smoothly. So the whole of this area is going to be adjusted to meet this condition. There we go. And we'll probably bring this down as well. And all of this where we can. There we are. We are going to have to do a lot of sculpting. Oh my lord. Sure, I'll give you a couple of different layers worth of sea, I think. It'll make it look a little bit better. But, I've got to do some sculpting, because this just looks too jagged and too non-random enough to be nature. It needs a little bit of chaos, otherwise it just looks like man-made. And I guess that is exactly what it is, but damn it, I don't want it to look that way. Okay, I think that's enough expanding of the ocean there. It is gonna have risen our temperature a fair bit, I fancy. So let's just pass a little bit of time. I'll of course increase my energy first, and then we're gonna see how the Pikaia population hopefully thrives. There we go. That did not take too long at all. You just need to expand. If you're trying to get a specific population, then look at what it wants, look at where it currently lives, and give it more of that. Ideally connected, because I think if you have like two separate bodies of suitable terrain, it won't necessarily cause the population to spread evenly through them. I think it might even require that the population just spontaneously appear in the other body before it starts to expand over there. But there we go. Heck yes! Happy birthday! No, it's sort of cute. It is, actually. I like the name of this game. It was a little bit odd to begin with, but I see where they were going. Remember the library? There's other information there besides what lifeforms you captured. Like lifeforms you've birthed but haven't captured yet. Or hints for life that hasn't been birthed yet. If you set it to view tree, you can even see the different organisms, how different organisms are connected. Now, you should try for Andriolepsis. Okay, well first, we need to go and capture. Oh, look at it. All the greenery, all the algae is spreading really nicely in the water. But as you can see, the ground is starting to soak up the precious waters of life. We've even got a little desert over here. I like that, but it's not in really the right place. I'd kind of like that elsewhere. Like, ideally, all the way over here. But later on, probably. I'm going to build out this mountain chain, create a bit of a rain shadow in this sort of area. We'll have that little waterfall oasis there. But on this side, I'm thinking of making a desert. I want to try and actually have some diverse biomes in this world. But first and foremost, we need to find ourselves our new creatures. Hello. What are you then? You are Asteroxylon. Asteroxylon, I think. A Baragwanathia that underwent a mutation and migrated to the plains where water is scarce. Oh, okay, so they like very low moisture. Very low moisture. Fair enough. Now, if you're having trouble seeing where new species are, which I currently am, we can just switch the map mode to only show uncaptured species. So down here is where we want to be. Hello, where are you? Where are you? Show yourself. I know you're here somewhere. Where though? Is the question. Look at all this life. It's teeming with life down there. Oh, that's fantastic. We've made a really nice little area for that, for the Pakia. Ah, there we are. Hello. So what be you then? You be a jawless fish that swims through hot oceans waters and consumes Paikia and Cyclomedusa. We'll probably... Cyclomedusa aren't doing so well, I've noticed. I'm a little concerned about that one, I've got to be honest with you. If we head back out to the macro mode, we'll notice that Cyclomedusa's population is trending down. It's not a very strong population anyway. As our newly birthed creature starts to expand, it's going to probably lead them to extinction because we're not really supporting them too much. Bit of a concern, that one, I'll be honest with you. But, things go extinct. It's the way of life, really. Right, okay, so we need to open up you. Ooh, some actual fish. A small fish native to various sea habitats. This creature first appeared in the ocean when flora began to thrive on land. Okay, so you're probably going to want quite a lot of other plant life then. Let's zoom out. Let's find you. Where are you? It doesn't actually have that much connection with the things over there, but you're going to evolve from this. So what are your adaptation temperatures? Ooh, this one really likes it a lot colder. Alright. So, this one likes it a little bit more on the warm side. So this is the probably the one, and that's where it migrates to shallow waters in search of prey. It sucks in Cyclomedusa through its jawless mouth. Alright, well, we've got to get a lot more flora and also probably expand the sea habitats a little bit more. But the problem is we're making the world hotter, not colder. Currently, though, it's actually not too bad. It's tending down, so we might even be able to just get it without doing too much work. You know what? I'm going to use my energy to continue sculpting the mountains, but I'm not going to adjust the overall position of the sea too much. We're just going to see if the work I've already done is going to be helpful or not. Okay, I think that's enough sculpting for now. Let's just accelerate time and see how everything does without us meddling any more than we already have. Okay, populations are expanding quite nicely, actually. Stromatolite is it's actually hovering back and forth. Paikia have got an amazing population. It's going to go up and down as their predator population grows. Ooh, what did we just get there? Let's go and find you. You are over here somewhere. Ooh, look at all of the greenery over this side. That's glorious. Hello. You must be fairly high altitude species of plants. A Rhinia plant native to warm temperatures. It evolved from Badagawanathia as it spread through various regions. Oh, fair enough. It's not particularly different to other things, though. Oh, look at how beautiful our waterfall is. Look at all the plant life. This game gets really pretty once land plants start showing up. I mean, to be fair, though, our ocean life is pretty diverse at this point, too. Look at all of that. It's glorious. Look right down there. So much life. We're doing a good job, I think. Though we need to progress more towards the objective. So let's have a quick look. We want water 35 degrees Celsius. Sea minimum 1. Oh, we've already got that. That's already appeared previously. So we just need to adjust the ocean temperature, really. And the ocean temperature is currently tending downwards. It's going to take a little while, though, to get there. Have we got anything that can help along? I don't think we do, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and help this area out back here, though. I'm going to pop down a rain cloud. Can I use that? Pump. Perfect. Hopefully, that's going to cause that area to start getting nice and colourful very soon. There we go. Didn't have to wait very long. Happy birthday! It's getting nice and lively around here. Indeed it is. Remember when I mentioned the first link on the food chain? Well, allow me to elaborate on that. Basically, strong predators feed on weak prey. That makes sense. It might sound cruel, but that's how all organisms are connected. Without prey organisms, predator organisms cannot survive. So there is a lot of life that's born just to be eaten. Well, that's not quite true, since they tend to come first. But if the environment isn't maintained, the whole system falls apart. I would know nothing of this. Absolutely nothing. Stop looking at me like that way. The food chain has a very deep connection to life. There may be fewer predators in total overall, but they require an abundance of prey to survive. So even in an ideal environment, if there isn't enough prey, a new species may not be birthed. That's enough lecturing from me right now. You should birth... Coelacanthus? We'll call it that for now, at any rate. What do we need for that, then? We want much colder water, 28 degrees. And deep sea, minimum 1 Andriolepsis present. Very well. I think we can make this happen. It's going to need deep sea, though, and that's going to be a pain in the bum. Very, very big pain in the bum. Where are our fish? There are our fish. Tiny little fish right down there in the sea. Hello. Now, I'm going to guess that these get eaten by the new creature. Yeah. Oh, we got a level. Fantastic. More energy for us. Hooray! Let's go and have a check on the library, though. Where does this new creature exist? Yeah, it's probably going to... Well, it'll evolve from it, I'm sure, but... What will you eat? Needs a wide, flat area in deep sea to emerge. Okay. Species of fish secures a habitat for itself by migrating to the deep sea. Preys on... Yeah, so we're going to need a massive population of you. Rightio then. That's going to be a little bit of a pain, but we can do it, I'm sure. So we want to basically expand out your habitat a little bit. I'm a little bit wary of that, though, because your habitat is basically everything else's habitat right now as well. And I don't want to over-specialize it, but we can definitely afford to push this back a little bit, I think. It looks like we may be looking to expand out the ocean around here, because I would like to make a habitat for our prey animal that kind of surrounds the deep sea area, so that our predator animal can pretty much just go in any direction and gorge itself. I'm such a kind of benevolent god. Okay, now I've adjusted enough sea, I think, to accommodate our new life forms and in fact encourage the growth of their prey species, or at least what I assume is their prey species. But now we're faced with the problem of needing to adjust the global temperature to balance out all of the lowering that we've just been doing, because right now the global temperature is not nearly as cold as it needs to be. So after we recover our energy a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and start building out the mountains. Now I'm fairly certain I'm going to be putting quite a lot of the building, at least the big shaping like the ocean here, into time lapses. That won't always be the case, because sometimes I'm not building for really long enough to make a satisfying time lapse in my opinion. Ooh, we've got something new. But do let me know in the comments what you think about the time lapses as a whole. And whether you... Ooh, what on earth are you? Oh, I believe you are a fungus. Let's have a quick check. What have we got? We have got a fungal mass that towers over fresh water and wetlands. It decomposes plants such as Baragwanathia. I love saying that word. It tastes so good. But, as I was saying, do let me know in the comments what your opinions are on time lapses, if you would like to see more of them or less, or just want to give me general feedback on whether I'm doing a good job or not. I'm liking the sounds in this valley here. As you climb up onto the mountains, you really start hearing the wind whistling. That's very nice indeed. Temperature up here is actually pretty low. It's about 38. The global temperature is going to drop down to 35. Now, bear in mind that if the temperature here is 38 and the global temperature is 42, then once the global temperature is trended towards 35, then there's going to be a similar disparity between the temperature here. It's not just going to stay at 36 now because it wants to be at 36. It'll drop lower and lower. So bear that in mind as you're adjusting temperatures. What's my super highlands like? What kind of temperature we got up here then? Let's go all the way up. There we go. That is quite a cool 31 degrees. Oh, seems odd to say cool 31 degrees. I'm fairly certain I would die in 31 degrees. Right. Oh, this place looks gorgeous. I think we can make a beautiful little valley full of tree stars and green food. It's going to be great. We're going to have little long necks and little three horns and even some flyers. Hopefully the flies won't eat the little long necks and three horns when they're still little, though. Because, come on, they do. I mean, not Petrie, not the right type of flyer, but the other flyers, they will, you know it. Oh dear, we've got something is about to die off. That is not quite so great. Which one was it? The Velopicaya. Sorry, Velopicaya. They're about to go extinct. That is super bad. Right, why is that then? I mean, it might not be bad. Again, things live and they die. It needs much higher temperatures. Okay, but hot and deep seas due to sudden mutation. Well, I'm sorry, but you might not be around for very long, because I can't really accommodate you and all of the other species that I'm trying to encourage. Let's see, what are our conditions right now? It wants cold water, deep sea, minimum 1. Where are we? We've got 342,000 of them now. Good. Time is right, I would say, for us to get down there and start making the deep seas. So, sorry, Velopicaya, you're going out of fashion, and the planet is rather brutal. When it has species it doesn't like, it just tosses them away. Doesn't even give them to a charity shop or anything. Just destroys them. Wasteful planet. Right, we want the deep sea around here, I was going to say. So let's begin the lowering. We want it right in the middle. So we're going to lose a chunk of landmass, but that's fine. We don't really need this landmass right now. We want everything to be cold and deep. The deep, briny seas. We'll continue to pull all this down over here as well. We can leave some little jutting out bits of land just to remind us what once was there. There we go. Actually, they're going to look really weird, so I may get rid of them. Or at least shape them a little bit more. In fact, let's do that. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Actually, you look a little bit too conspicuous now, so we need to adjust you slightly. Let's have a little bit going up. There we go. Preserving the chaotic look. It's important to me. Oh, there we go. That didn't take us so long. Looks like it went well. I wonder what the birth of this life could mean. I really wasn't expecting it to happen that quickly. We haven't even lost Velo Picaya yet, though it's on the verge of it. It seems that our little deep pocket of the ocean worked well. Just as plants migrated onto land, over time animals will too. Marine life will first evolve to be able to live on land and in the water. This is believed to be the origins of amphibians. Check game info to find the conditions on how to birth Ichthyostega. Very well. But first, let's go and find out our new little creature. I'm more or less certain of where it's going to live. Let me turn the camera. Work with me here. Come on. Work with me. You know what? Womp. Let's have a look. That's not where I wanted to go. I can phase through walls when I'm in view mode. That's amazing. Hello. Oh, aren't you pretty? All the way down here, right at the bottom of the coldest bit of the ocean. Hello. This is a species of fish secured habitat for itself by migrating to the deep sea. Preys on smaller fish. Vitality A, fertility C, size S, evolution SS, special I imagine. So birth temp is 25C to 31C, and this is pretty much one of the only places on our map which can sustain it. Now the problem with that is it is the only place on the map that can sustain it. This isn't a very big habitat. I want this fish to thrive, so I'm going to set about making sure that it can. Oh, we've got something else. That wasn't expected. I was just gathering some energy. But ooh, wow, you're a big one, aren't you? You've got a tree. Huge trees that grow in wet earth in warm climates. Differentiated from Ceadophyton, maybe, I think. Ceadophyton, that's what we're going to go with. But we've got our first tree. That's fantastic news. Right, back to sculpting for me, though. Oh, we're very close to that one under there. Though I'm suspecting that we never really want to get close to the lava. I'm going to guess that that's not going to be good for any of my life forms. But we've expanded its habitat, and its habitat has grown a little colder as a result, though our global temperature is currently trending upwards, which may cause it some problems in the future. I don't want to drop the ocean there any more than we already have, though. That seems like a reasonable sized ocean for the size of area that we're working on right now, but there's probably going to be a couple of things that I can pick up from around the world. Let me go and grab them all. Ah, glorious. We're out of power, though, so it's time for us to head back up here and see what's going on. Right, so we need to gather up some energy. How is no, it's on the way up. No, actually its population is going up, or it was. It's just not sustainable. No, it's sinking low again, unfortunately. Right, we're gonna speed up a little bit of time and just see how that goes. Yeah, there we go. Our first death. Oh well. Bye bye. Do we have a death day? Do we do something special on death day? I mean, we could all compose eulogies. Maybe someone. I'm not good on the spot. I didn't know Velo Picaya well enough. I wouldn't be the right person to speak at his funeral. Nevertheless, we should all pay our respects. Okay, that's enough paying of respect. Right. Okay, so we are going for something all the way down here. Wow. Okay. Right, this amphibian was the first to set foot on land. It is not quite adapted fully to land, so it can only emerge on the other shore. Birth temperature is quite a low temperature. Birth moisture is very high because it's an amphibian. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, we need to increase our mountain ranges then for that, so that we get a bit of a higher temperature. But, ooh, look at this. We've got a desert. Oh, how glorious is that? I'm liking it a lot. It's far enough away from moisture. But, well, actually, on this side, I don't want that specifically. So, let's go ahead and expand the water out a little bit. We want, we don't want a desert over on this side. We want a desert on the little pocket that I've created for a desert, damn it. I've laid it out specially. There we go. We'll give a bit of, well, do we really want it to be this much water? We don't. Not if this is going to be, not if this is going to be the valley for all of our dinosaur friends. No, we need a little bit more land over here in that case. And by that, I mean, you know, rising the land, not lowering it. That is generally how you get more land, by the way. Okay, look at that glorious mountain range we've got over here now. This is still only classed as highland, though. What on earth would I need to do to make it a mountain? Look at you over there, taunting me. I built this mountain in the wrong place. I should have done it in one of the other corners. Scallywags. Oh, well. We could have an awesome river flowing from up here. That would be one heck of a waterfall. But we need a large area in order to accommodate it. Ooh, listen to the sound of the wind. It's glorious. But I think we're going to place a river somewhere around here, I think. Because we want to increase the moisture, because clearly our amphibian friend is going to need that. So let's flatten this area out a little bit. In fact, I think we've got a field square that we can use for that. Bomb. Perfect. Although, of course, now we want to pop in the river. Ah, majestic. Absolutely majestic. Let's adjust the terrain around her a little bit so it looks a little bit less uniform and like a cliff. There we are. I don't think it looks too good when that's all you have. Oh, I used that and I shouldn't have. I meant to change the size of my cursor. Oh well, we just wasted a full HP restore. But as I said, you get loads of them all the time. Ooh, that is a nice little waterfall. I wouldn't want to be down there. It looks like it could be a little bit dangerous, actually. Oh, well. Yeah, you know, this is Darwinism. Anything that falls down there and then gets stuck, well, it's your own fault. I mean, it is partially my fault, I guess, since I made it. But damn it, I don't want to accept the blame, so I'm not going to. There we go. I wish we could have tunnels. How can I make the proper entrance to this valley without a tunnel? I need a tunnel going through a mountain. Don't they understand? Oh, man. Oh, well. We're just going to have to accept that it's just going to have to be just a regular valley entrance, because I don't think you can have tunnels in here at all. But that's producing a lovely bit of moisture, I'm sure. Let's get another waterfall going down here. There's a big old waterfall in there. Let's make it a little bit larger again. In fact, let's split it over. Oh, that is pretty. I like it. I approve. There's massive, epic levels of approval going on. We'll have that one split there, though. We'll have it. Oh, so good. Look at this. It's a glorious waterfall. The one must wonder, where is this water coming from? Is this some sort of geyser up on top of the mountain? It's about the only solution I can think of that would explain all of this. Yeah, let's sculpt this little lake up here. And you know what? I'm thinking of just leaving it as a little lake up here. I mean, I could connect it with the body of water down there, but no. No, I'm just going to leave it there to moisturize all of the soil and allow... Yeah, we'll have a little lake for our amphibian friends just to kind of lounge in. It'll be like a pool. Oh, it's glorious. Once again, benevolent God. There we are. A little throne as well. Just so that when the amphibians are done bathing in their pool, they can just come just sit and stare out across the ocean at the desert that shouldn't be there. I'm sure it'll disappear in time. But okay, that's enough sculpting for me. Oh my lord, so much sculpting in this episode. But let's head back out and see if we can't find ourselves an amphibian friend to play with. There we go. Why is there a little spot of desert right in the middle of my ocean though? Curious. Uh-oh, plants are going out. And we've also got a new plant, blue gamma, I think it was. Let's go and have a look at you. Hello. If you're blue gamma, I think that you are telling me fibs, because you're clearly red. Either that or I'm going colorblind. No, this is an autumn fern. Phew. Okay, not going colorblind. I am very glad. Anything else? Ooh, we've got so many things. More river sources. Normal recovery leaves. Anything else lying around? We have now got another normal recovery leaf. Like I said, these things pop up constantly. Now, what do we got over here? Where are you? What are you? Are you the blue gamma? Is even blue gamma? You are, yeah, sorry, blue gramma. There we are. A plant that thrives in warm, dry climates. It's differentiated with the proliferation of Ciadophyton. I'm so bad with names. Nevertheless, this area is going quite well. It's not got quite enough moisture in there. Well, I guess we've got a little bit here. How much do we need? We need a sure temperature of 30 degrees. We'll get there. Minimum 7,200. Yeah, we've got loads of that. So let's have a look around here. I imagine lowlands are going to be the thing that we want. We really need to bring this temperature down a little bit. I mean, we're still tending down with the temperature, so it might still get there. But just in case this area manages to do what we want, I am going to... Ooh, water of life. This is water that boosts the fertility of organisms. When plankton reproduce, it may appear in the cube. Oh, that's quite useful. I'm going to use a small rain cloud here, though. There we go. Let's just increase the overall humidity and moisture there. Sorry, the moisture specifically. There we go. And to pass some more time. Oh dear. No, don't leave me. Wow. We got a lot of new things there. Okay. Let's head in and find out what you are. Unfortunately, I couldn't exit because I had the menu open because I'm a derp. Right, where are you? We have got you here. We have got a plant that's adapted to warm wetlands. Oh, and a level up. Excellent. A little bit more energy for all of my sculpting needs. We're going to have probably quite a few different species. Ooh, that looks like an evolution of the fungus. Have a look at you then. That adapted to life in hot, arid lands. It can decompose a variety of organisms. Okay, fair enough. What's the temperature around here? Ooh, the temperature's getting low. Temperature's getting really nicely low. Oh, fantastic. Yes. I like it. We might have what we need, though it's a little bit too lacking in moisture up there. We may need to fix that. Maybe a second river. Yeah, we could have a river source up here, I suppose. Okay, let's... I'm going to want this. Can I maybe craft myself a little area for me to have a river? I'm fairly certain that we can, yes. There we go. And get rid of you as well. There. Right. Right in this spot, please. Pump. Perfect. Now this is going to be absolutely majestic. Let's drop this down, get a lovely waterfall. I would really like it if that waterfall split a little bit more, but that's fine. Let's drop this down a little bit more. There we go. And sure, we'll drop that down a bit. Oh, that looks brilliant. Sure, let's build that out. Let you drain away down there into a little puddle. And this one can drain down there. Ah, wonderful. I'm loving this little area. It looks full of life. Or it will do once we've got amphibians here, which I'm sure is not very far away at this point. Not very far away at all. Hooray! A new organism has taken its first steps onto land. They grow up so fast. Not from my perspective, it took ages. The noble amphibian, bound to its watery domain, until the day comes when it adapts to land and becomes a reptile. Life's a trip. What does evolution even mean? That's what's meant to that what's meant to be will be? Is it all predetermined? Oh well. Based on the data so far, we need reptiles in order to progress the world further. So, we must birth Dimetrodon. A location with little water should be fine, but check game info for more details. Well, very well. Let's have a quick gander over here. Where's our new species? He's right up here. Oh, hello. Oh, you're a carnivore, are you? Nom, 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 nom. I approve. Go on, nom some more stuff. Nom, nom, nom. I'm wondering what you're nomming, though. Because that food just appears like it's just floating out. Oh, no. Is this kind of an Alex the Lion situation? There are little invisible zookeepers just giving you steak. And then all of a sudden you're going to find yourself in the wild and you're going to start thinking of your best friends a steak and dreaming about eating them. I'm not sure that's going to end well, honestly. But I'm very glad to meet you, nevertheless. Let's go and capture you now. Stick you in a tiny ball. Throw you at my enemies. Make you do battle. But I think now that we've got our first creatures that are walking on land, although they're only walking on land tentatively and not very far from the water, and they have to dip back in every now and then to have a bath and then sit in the throne that I made, we are finally progressing towards land animals. And with that, I think it's a pretty good place to wrap up this episode. As I mentioned before, I really would like any feedback on the time lapses that I'm doing in this episode, whether I should be continuing those in future episodes or not. But as always, do remember to leave a like if you liked and sub if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.